Good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this. I just want to say I really appreciate having some ideas of where you're all at and what you would like to really focus on today. And so thank you, Mac, for a very difficult and interesting topic for us to look at. And it sounds like some of our Bethel bookies are already looking at this issue. So we're going to look at how do we hold others in loving relationship when our beliefs are so divergent. It's not an easy topic to deal with by any stretch of the imagination. And it's one that I struggle with and a lot of people struggle with. And recognizing, sometimes it's easier to be quiet, but I think we're coming to a point where we can't be and still be true to our own beliefs. So I just invite us all to just drop in right now. So go ahead and close or lower your eyes. Get comfortable in your chair, wherever you're sitting. Let's take 3 deep breaths together. We're going to start from empty. Take a big breath in, filling up clear to your lower belly, and then let it out. Take another breath in, and let it out. And one more time. And then let your breath just return to its normal, natural way of breathing. And notice your body. Notice where you're at in this moment. Notice any tension you might be holding in your body. And just send a little extra love to those places. And just allowing yourself on each exhale to just relax more deeply. And allow yourself to just be with the knowing that wherever you are in this moment, God is. Wherever you are, whatever's going on, whatever you're struggling with, whatever is happening, that in this present moment, right here, right now, God is here. Open your heart and just allow that to come in. Just allow that knowingness to enfold you and encase you. And just draw your attention inward. And just focus on your beliefs. What are the beliefs and the values that you hold dear, that are part of who you are? And I invite you to look at those values and those beliefs, particularly the religious and political ones, which tend to be the hotter topics, which tend to be the ones that we may be in most disagreement with others in our lives around. And to make it, I don't know, easier is not the right word, but just pick 1 or 2. You may have lots of beliefs, but just for right now, bring 1 or 2 of your beliefs or values to mind. And now, once you have those, I invite you to imagine and picture the person that's in your life that you want to stay in loving relationship with, whether who has an opposite belief or value, or maybe there's the most tension with that person around your religious or political beliefs. Allow whatever feelings might be coming up for you in this moment. And I want you just to see that person in your mind's eye as you are holding your own beliefs and value that is so important to you, that help define you. That is something that you hold so very dear. At the same time, you've got this person in front of you that you know holds very different beliefs than you do. And yet they're still someone you care and love. A dear friend, a family member. And when you interact with them, what is the way that this interaction happens? For me and my family, there's a lot of silence. We don't talk about these really strong beliefs. And yet now I get to look at, is my silence silent agreement when I don't say something? Ouch. It's hard to think of like that. Does it end up being that it's so uncomfortable being in their presence when you're talking about any of this that it just makes it so very difficult, or you end up being yelled at or screamed at, or it's hard to have any kind of conversation around this? Be with that. Recognize what is the dynamic that goes on. And breathe. And while you look and hold these values you hold so dear, I'd like you to consider what feelings and needs are alive in you when you think of your values and these needs that you have around these beliefs. So for me, my religious and political beliefs meet a need in me to be love in the world, to show love in the world, to walk in the way that Jesus walked, and to feel that connection and add value to the world, to leave the world better than when I came, to leave people and my relationships with others better than when I came. So for me, that need to contribute is being met with my belief system. What needs are being met with your belief system? Might be needs for safety, might be needs for connection, might be needs for growth. It might be needs for taking care of your family. Whatever comes up for you is perfect. And just let it be. Now I'm going to ask you to look at your friend, family member, that person you want to stay in loving relationship with. What needs are up for them with the religious or political belief that is absolutely divergent from yours, that it may even be completely opposite of yours. What needs? Do you have any clue what needs and feelings are up for them? What needs are being met for them by holding this other view? Do they also have a need for safety? Do they also have a need for creating a better world? Contributing? This is where it gets hard. But I invite you to step into that compassionate communication aspect that we learned last fall. What needs might be up for them? Even the question that was asked during the instant sermon, like, what needs are up? How can we meet those needs? That people would do what happened in Charlottesville. So this is what we're asking. This is somebody we love and care about. What needs are up for them? What needs are being met for them by holding this belief? Are there similarities or differences between the needs that are up for you and being met for you with your value system and your belief system, and the needs that are being met for them with their value system, their belief system? And I know it's not easy to look at it from that perspective, but do your best. And understanding and knowing what needs are up for you, what needs are being met for you, and looking at what needs are being met for this friend or family member you want to stay in loving relationship with. Can you then speak your truth in love? Can you then hear their truth? Can you get curious about what's going on for them that they're thinking this way and they feel as strongly about their position as you do? Are you willing to step into dialogue with them? It doesn't mean you change how you're feeling or your belief or your value. But are you willing to step into dialogue? Not to change them, not to change you, but for understanding. Can you look at yourself enough to say, is my response to this person, is the way I'm interacting with this person in alignment with this belief I hold so dear? Can I stand for peace and love and nonviolence? And how do I stand from that place and be in loving relationship with this other person who, from my perspective, is standing for hate and racism and things I don't understand? Am I willing to be in dialogue enough to say, Help me understand what needs are being met for you. What are you needing and wanting? Because I really don't understand, and I want to understand you because I care about you and I care about our relationship. Is there any place of common ground? Or does it become too difficult? And be with all of it. We are heading into fall. And as we watch the leaves turn on the trees, turn to different colors, and fall away, this change in the seasons, it may mean a change in who we choose to surround ourselves with, in how we choose to continue relationships in our lives. I once had a dear friend share that sometimes you have to keep people at a distance so you can still adore them. I'll say that again. Sometimes you have to keep people at a distance. What is the distance that someone needs to be in your life so you can still love and adore them? It's an interesting question. Can you stay in loving relationship with someone and now recognize you need to take 2 steps backwards? And maybe you need to surround yourself with people who are being active and support your religious and political views. It may be that it's not that you cut off a relationship, but you do have to step back. You have to allow it to change the way the seasons change. Or if it's a family member that you got to see at holidays and you still want to be in relationship with, or a close friend, it may mean stepping out of your comfort zone to have a difficult or a conversation where you have to hold that space of curiosity and love to begin to understand the needs that are alive in them of why they hold the belief that they do. And taking a look at your own judgments about why someone might hold that belief, and seeing if those ideas or thoughts that we're having about the other are in alignment with our beliefs. Can you hold that thought and be love the way Jesus was love, the way Jesus is love in our lives? Allow yourself to just be with the uncomfortableness of it. We are not dealing with an easy topic. But your heart knows. And when you are silent and you listen, God will speak to you in all kinds of ways to let you know what is yours to do in every relationship of your life. And I invite you just to be with it all and continue to ponder that question of how do we hold others in loving relationships when our beliefs are divergent? What does that look like? How do we do that? How do we allow God's love to enfold us and enfold the other? without our silence being complicit agreement when it's not? How do we stand up for those things that we believe? And how do we hold ourselves true to our beliefs? This is where the rubber meets the road, people. This is where our belief and who we are as children and people of faith, where the rubber meets the road. How are you going to show up today? Let's take one more big breath in together. Let it out. And once again, remind yourself that wherever you are, right here, right now, God is. God is here with us. And we are not alone. We are not alone as we figure this all out together. And I am in deep, deep gratitude for each one of you for taking the courage to look inside. And I am grateful that God is with us in this moment as we continue to take the steps that are ours to take, as we hold and stay in loving relationship in the way that is for the highest and best of everyone. Thank you all so much. I know this ran a little long this morning. It's a hard subject, so I just have a blessed week.